Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be reviewing our expenses for week 1 of December, which is going to be the 1st through the 4th. I'm recording this for the second time because I got like 14 minutes into this video and realized my phone was saying that like the disk was full or something like that. So it didn't even save what I had done so far. So we're going to try this again. If you are new to my channel, welcome. If you are not new, welcome back. My name is Janelle. I'm a wife and a mother of two. I am deep in the newborn trenches as I just had my second baby girl at the beginning of November. And on here, we do all things cashless budgeting. So we are going to get into all of the things. So this is my budget by paycheck workbook from the Budget Mom. And we are going to be tracking out of it. I don't even know what I was going to say or where I was getting with that, y'all. My mind is so far gone. Let me tell y'all what has been going on, okay? For the last 3.5 days, my household has been like half of the household has been in quarantine. So me and baby girl Ava have been stuck in the room while my husband and Leanna have been out in like the living room because they severely have the flu. Neither of them have like ever really been sick before. So this is wild, but they were out for the count, y'all. So normally my husband takes on the nighttime feedings and all right, you guys, sorry about that. Duty calls. Baby girl wanted veggie straws. And so yeah, so my husband normally takes the night shift because he's a night owl, y'all. I need my 8 to 9 hours of sleep in order for me to function. And yeah, so you can imagine I've been doing this whole like baby thing for like 36 plus hours. And because she's a newborn, she does not give you like long bouts of sleep. And let me just give you like an example, y'all. So, like, if she wakes up at 12 o'clock and she's eating, she's going to eat however long that takes her 10, 15, 20 minutes. And then you change her diaper. And then she has reflux. So you have to sit her up for at least 20 minutes and burp her just to make sure the gas and everything comes out. That's already an hour that has passed. She may be sleeping, but you're not sleeping. So by the time you try to put her down and try to get settled into sleep, it's already time for you to wake up again to feed her again. So you don't really get any sleep. And then if you know, you know, babies make a lot of noise when they're sleeping. And it does, to me, it doesn't matter how many kids you have. Like, you're always going to be like, oh my gosh, are they up? Are they okay? Did they turn? Did they do this? Did they do that? And so in the nighttime, it is just, it's hard, y'all. It's hard. But I'm just waiting for my husband to get better. He says he feels a lot better now, but I can still hear him coughing. We're probably going to do one more night of this before he gets back onto schedule. But yeah, y'all. So my mind is like all over the place. Last night, though, baby girl did give me about 4.5 hours of like just straight sleep. Fingers crossed that might be her turning the tides and learning day from night. But that was kind of the sleep that I got. So that's why it sounds like I'm a little awake. And I had me some strong coffee this morning. So, yeah. So, with all of that being said, here's the dashboard. Okay, you guys. So, bear with me. I missed tracking my expenses on my dashboard. So, I'm going to go back to doing that. And I say that to say because I do a lot of like revisiting my old budgets and seeing what works for me and stuff like that. And whenever I look at like this was this is earlier 2025, but just looking at where things were spent gives me an idea of like when I do a lot of my spending. As you can see, during the weekdays I don't really spend much because I'm at work versus like the weekends where a lot of my spending happens. And honestly, it just makes it to me weird, but it's just so nice to see like all of the like looking in here and seeing all of the tracking and stuff like that. It does just make it more appealing to me whenever I'm reviewing it, and things like that. Right now I'm just using the highlighter, but we'll see what happens for 2026. But yeah, so I just wanted to track this. The only spending that I did this week was on Tuesday I did a Walmart delivery and I did groceries and household spending. For household spending, I don't remember what I got, but I did buy household items. And then on Amazon, I bought some more household items. Once again, don't ask me what it was because I don't remember. I This whole pregnancy, my mind is just who, and postpartum is no joke. So no, I don't remember, but I do remember that I bought these things because I went back and tracked them and divvied up the money and things like that. And then on the second, we had baby Ava's doctor's appointment. And so I went and got Jersey Mike sandwich because my husband bought it for me last month in November after a doctor's appointment. And that was my first time having it. And it was so good. And it did not disappoint again. And plus, I don't think I had eaten at that point already. And so I needed something to eat because he was going to drop me back home and then take his parents to the airport because this was their day going back. So, yeah, this was all of the spending that I had for the week. And we are going to go over to my spending over here. And as you guys can see, this is it. So for my spending accounts, I rolled over $41.78. I added $800, and then this is where we are ending. If you are new to my channel, I'm going to try and remember some point somewhere. I'm going to show you guys my Ally checking account because Ally, I really love their functions. The more and more I use them and the longer I have their accounts, I've had them since 2022. It just really works for what I'm trying to do. And in their checking account, they also allow you to have buckets. So I started off with cash envelopes, then I went to cashless envelopes, and then now I'm just doing one spending. And so in the account, I have one bucket that's just for spending, and that's where all of the money comes out for my everyday spending. And what happens is that I just track my four categories, which is grocery, gas, household, and spending, just to see what I'm spending in a month to better understand how much money I need to be allocating to the account. Um, and so, y'all, I lost my train of thought again. Oh my goodness. And so I don't divvy up the accounts anymore because it used to be a little stressful when I was just saying like $400 goes to groceries, $100 goes to gas. And I may have had money in other envelopes, but if I went over in groceries, I needed to find that money to reconcile that overage because I was trying to keep the other monies in their accounts versus how I do it now, where it's just technically $800 and I spend it as I need it. If I need to spend more money in groceries now because groceries is what's needed in the house versus the next month, then that's just it. But just not spending over the money that I have allocated for the entire month. It's less stressful on me. And it does still allow me to be conscious because I know that I only have $800. And so I've been doing well. So that is how that is set up. So you guys will see those, and then we'll talk about the other categories when we get to our paycheck budget. But first, before we do that, we're going to go ahead and calculate what we have spent for the week in our categories here. So at the end of the month, I'll have a running total of how much money we spent in groceries, gas, household, and spending. Spending is all of the other things. My household is things for the household like laundry detergent, soap, just everyday stuff. Like right now, I bought like paper plates. Ooh, I think that was one of the household items. I bought paper plates, paper cups, paper like plastic forks, spoons, and knives because we are not washing anything in this season of our life, y'all, except for um like pots and pans. And for the last couple of days or so, it has been working out perfect for us. It's a lot easier to clean up and keep up with in this time. It won't always be like that, but this is just what's working for us right now. And then gas is like self-explanatory, and then so is groceries. So for groceries, we only spent one time for groceries. So we spent 56 58. So our running total is at 56.58. There was nothing spent in gas, so we're just at zero. I'm not really driving anywhere. My husband's been driving my car, or we're all driving together, and he's been filling up my tank. So I haven't had to worry about gas. And let me just put 00 here so it doesn't throw me off. For household, we spent $40.28 plus 44.02. So we spent $84.30, and that's going to be our running total, 84.30 for household. And then for spending, we spent $12.97, and our running total will be $12.97. And I actually love this because if y'all know, like last month, this spending tracker was a couple of pages back. And I actually like that I can just look at it like this. The only goal is to just make sure that I do not overfill this page with spending so that I'm able to continue to track on this page. But that's the goal. I shouldn't really need to fill this whole thing out like that unless things go crazy. So that is where we are. And then what I like to do is plus 12.97 plus 56.58. For this first week, we have spent 153.85. That's what we have spent for the first week in December. And then now we'll head over into week 2 and see what happens there. I do want to go to our sinking funds because we did spend some money out of sinking funds. So for clothes, I bought my husband some more like high top socks because it has definitely cooled down here in the part of Texas that I am in. And he needed some, y'all. So this is kind of the time, and I probably need to write a note to myself somewhere, somehow, to make sure that we're ready for this during the summer, and then during the winter, kind of doing like that restock of like shorts and shirts or pants and long sleeve just to be ready for the weather, because my husband definitely like goes through his clothes, if anyone understands what I mean. Like they go through the ringer. So he does need to get new things. So he got some socks for 10.98. And then I bought baby girl a sleeper, which now that I'm thinking of it, she has all of this money that is on a gift card that I need to be using. So I need to remember that for the next time. But we bought her a sleeper, and it has definitely been helping with her sleep. And then I also got some stuff from holidays. Now, y'all, hold on. There's no way I spent this. Okay, hold on, y'all, because now I need to go and look, because isn't this the same amount of money as this? So let me just check because I am in here. And oh, okay, I wrote the wrong number down, y'all. I wrote the wrong number down right here. That's what it was. Yeah, I wrote the wrong number here. So let's fix that. And this is why it's so important that, or at least for me, I have different places where I am tracking my numbers, because we're not perfect. And it's always nice when you can see what you have spent, or if you're missing something, where did it come from? So this was actually $49.08. And then we'll do 55.38, 57 minus 49.08. And this is 54.89.49. Okay. All right, so this is where I'm ending off my sinking funds for the first week in December as well too. And what will happen, you guys, is because my cashless spending that I have, I use a credit card. And so at the end of each week, once I reconcile everything, I just go and move the money and pay the card back off. So that is what I will do at the end of this video. But I have a question. If you guys have reached this far into the video, comment down below. I have been thinking for a while. And I don't know. I really don't know. But I was thinking to maybe get rid of my categories for sinking funds and just have sinking funds and put money, all my money's just into sinking funds and just spend whatever I need out of it and then still have my savings instead of having like a million and one different categories. Now, there may be one or two categories that won't be included in sinking funds, like my subscriptions, because I think that might need to be a separate account, but who knows? But tell me, comment down below if y'all think that that would be a good idea, maybe for me. Maybe for me. Okay. Okay. All right. So that is where we are with our sinking fund. So let's quickly get back to our paycheck setup here. So I am 1 month ahead on like in our account. So we won't be doing like a true paycheck to paycheck budget anymore. It's going to be more so just like a actual tracking of where all of the money is going. Now, I thought that I was recording, so some of the numbers had already started getting filled out, but we rolled over 561367. Both my ADT and daycare are automatic payments, so they come out when they come out, and that came out to 1280. We have our variable spending, which is just the $800 that goes into our spending account, and that's that. And then you guys can see that we track it elsewhere. Then we have our utilities, and this is similar to the spending. Our utilities covers our water, trash, sewage, exorbitant tax fees, our electric and natural gas. And this is helping me because for a long time I've been trying to get on my own like budget billing, and this is going to help me get onto that. So I added 380 into that variable like utilities account. I want to say there's already like $200 in there. So I just want to continue to build that up, whether it's through savings challenges or extra money. And then I can lower the amount of money that I have to actually take out of my actual checking account. Because in 2026, it's all going to be about simplicity to some extent and getting ahead, making my life simple and not having to focus so much on certain things. So I did put $380 to utilities. And then we have my internet. I'm moving my internet to variable expenses, and I haven't quite changed over the. It did get $100. I didn't actually quite change over the account to the Allied checking account, because I don't know if I want my internet to have my I guess not. The reason why I'm doing it is because if you use a credit card, you only get $5 off. But if you use your checking account, you get $10 off your internet. And I'm here to save all the money that I can. So I don't know. I'm still wishy-washy about it. But internet has $100. And I just need to make sure that I'm getting my $10 off, y'all. And they're not playing me. So all of that came out to 1280. And so, because these numbers are exactly the same, I'm just doing that here. And then I did not do anything for savings. And then I didn't do anything for debt. So this was all that we did for this paycheck tracker. So this is how much money we are going to be rolling over into week 2, which is $3,053.67. And the last thing that I like to check just to make sure that everything looks good is I always go to my operating account tracker here, and okay, I just didn't finish filling out the rest of these things, y'all. So I will do that off camera because I need to take out like the utilities and stuff and make sure that they match my spending, utilities, and internet. Yeah. So I'll need to do that here, and then my operating account should match my paycheck tracker for December 1st through the 4th. But that was it, you guys. I should look over here. I don't want to lie to y'all, but this is what I'm attempting to do for my meal plan. Okay, hear me out, hear me out. For Saturday, I'm wanting to do wings and mac and cheese. Okay. And saying that, and then on Sunday, hear me out, I'm gonna do brown stew chicken. I think by this date, my husband should be good. And we'll have leftovers. We need to make sure that like we're using what we have in the house. Don't ask me what I plan to do for the rest of the week. Now, I'm thinking we have some beef. We do wings and brown stew chicken, and then I just want to do one more meal. I don't know what I want to do. I'm just thinking of stuff that I have inside of the house. Um, I'm trying to think. Because I mean, we have some meat. I did buy some meat. Maybe we'll do air fryer chicken, because I'll need to use all of that chicken. It's not portioned out. So, yeah, maybe that's what I will end up doing. And then this is where we are. Once again, I'm not trying to do too much. Like I said, I'm in those newborn stages. These are the things that I'm going to attempt to cook between me and my husband. And so we'll see what happens. And we'll come back to it. But that is it, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for joining me on this, and I will see you guys in the next one.